Hey there friends, this is Sherry Roth with Stamped Treasures. All right, in a previous video, which I will link in the description below, I shared all about Masterboards, what they are, how to create them, what you can use, basically everything. In this video, I'm going to share what to do with them now that you've created them. All right, so we're going to take one of these, and I follow basically the same template each time. So I'm going to walk you through what I do. So my page is 8.5 by 11 or close to it. Yeah, it's just shy of 8.5. So if you've got something similar in size, this should work. You can adjust your sizes ever so slightly. So I am going to take my Masterboard, and the first cut I'm going to make, I'm going to slide it over long edge at the top, and I'm going to cut it at 3 inches. All right, and this is a little thick. I've got texture paste on here. I've got tons of layers. So 3 inches, make sure that that cuts through. Sometimes you might have to, I find my guillotine cutter works best, but it takes up so much of my table when I'm filming videos, so I might just have to pull it out. There's just too many layers for this paper trimmer to cut through. Almost, I guess I could probably flip it over and cut it from the other side. Okay, we're gonna bring out my guillotine cutter to cut the rest. Okay, so we've got a 3 inch by about 8.5 inch strip. And then we're going to cut this piece. I'm gonna rotate it around, and I'm gonna cut it at 6 inches. Okay, so now I've got 2 pieces. We're gonna set those 2 pieces aside. I'm gonna bring this piece in. So I cut my 3 inch strip off of this side, and I'm gonna cut a 4 inch strip. And then I'm gonna rotate it and cut a 4 inch piece over here so that I've got a 4 by 4. And then I'm gonna rotate it so that I've got the upper right corner and the lower left corner lined up. And I'm gonna cut it diagonally. So now I've got those 2 pieces. I'm gonna set those 2 aside. Now this piece, I'm gonna cut, I've got the 4.5 inch length at the top. I'm gonna cut it at 3 inches. And I just realized I forgot something from the first one. Okay, so this is a 3 by 4 inch piece. This piece, this 3 by 2.5 inch piece that we've got from our first cut. So this was our first cut. This piece, this small piece, we're gonna cut in half. So we're gonna cut it at 1.5 inches. Okay, so we'll set those 2 pieces aside. We'll come back and use those pieces in a bit. All right, so now this piece that you have left should be about 4 inches. I'm gonna rotate it so the long edge is at the top, and I'm gonna cut it at 5 inches. And then I'm gonna turn it around, and I'm gonna cut it at 3 3/4. Okay, depending what this piece looks like, you may toss it or you can use it on the inside of your card. Mine doesn't look, it's basically just the edge of that dictionary page, so it's not very fancy. So I'm just gonna toss mine, but I'll show you one where I've used it. Now this piece that we've got left, this is a 3.5 inch piece. We are going to cut it at 3 inches. Okay, and we're gonna set that aside. So that should be another 3 by 4 inch piece. Now these are the 2 pieces that I have left. You don't wanna toss these 2 pieces. You just set those aside. Okay, let me pop this away. And let me share what we're gonna do. Okay, out of these 2 pieces, or these 3 pieces, this was our first strip. So our 3 by 6, and then our 2 1.5 by 2.5 inch pieces. These 2 pieces you can turn into tags. So here I've got, here is a tag. So basically I just angle cut the top, punched a hole, added some scraps of ribbon, added a little bit of lace, and a stamped image. So I could use, because I used a different stamp on this one, I could use something like this, add that on there with a little bit of lace. I could add a greeting and it could be a gift tag. I've got some scraps of old olive ribbon that I could add there. So that could be something that you do. You decorate it however you want. I added a sticker on mine, and then this little stamped and then fussy cut image. Okay, so that is the first one. And then this, I just kept simple. This one, again, I added a scrap of ribbon and a stamped image. It just depends on how, like what your tag ends up looking like, right? So this one has lots. So this one I might end up leaving plain. This one I might end up adding a little bit of lace. And then the back can be used for a journaling spot. The other thing that I do is I ink around the edges on all of mine. Okay, so that is the first strip. And then the next one, remember we have these two 4-inch pieces. So I have a 4x4 piece of coordinating cardstock, and I'm going to angle cut it just like I did this piece. And then this is going to back these pieces. All right, to create a little, you can use them as bookmarks or you can use them as little tuck spots. So here, we go here, if we grab a piece of scrap paper, so this can go over a page, and I'll show you these in use in a bit. So that can go in there like that. This can go in here like this on the bottom corner, and then you can tuck little things in here. Okay, so it could be a little tuck spot. All right, so there's that. And all I did, you want to do a narrow bead of glue all the way around the edges, just the top and the side. Okay, so the top and the side. The other thing that you can do is you can stitch, but you want to get as close to the edge as you can, because otherwise that's going to, see how this is, it sits up about 1/4 of an inch, almost 1/2 inch actually, from the top. And that's because the glue seeps when you add that pressure, right? So it's going to take up some of that extra space. All right. And then this piece, this is a 3x4-inch piece, and that can be used to create a pocket. So here I've stitched around the edges, just added random scrap pieces, some stamped images, some gems. And then this will get adhered to something to create a pocket. So again, you could tuck little things into. And again, I'll show you all these in an actual journal in a minute. Okay, and then these two pieces I use to create cards. So here, this larger piece, I added, because I had lots of different layers on mine, I felt like I needed to soften it a little bit. So I did stitch on a piece of vellum. You don't have to though. So it just depends on what your layers look like. This is a little bit more subdued, so I feel like I probably won't have to do that with this one. I can add that on there with a little strip of, well, maybe I've got this, I had this in my scrap, so maybe that there, that like that, and add a greeting, and I could get something similar without adding the vellum. So it just depends on, everybody's layers are going to look different. Every time you make them, they're going to look different. All right. And then this one is a 3x4-inch piece. So I took a 3x4-inch piece, this piece of cardstock here, and matted 3¼ by 4-inch piece. I matted it on there. And then again, you could add something like that with a greeting, or you could leave it blank like I've done. I like to include a handmade card in kind of a similar theme in my journals when I sell them. So it's nice to have these, and I usually like to try to make them from my Masterboard that I use to create things in the albums. So that is one of the ways that you can use your Masterboard. These two pieces, I keep those with the pieces that I've cut, because sometimes they're great for adding little tuck spots or just decoration on your albums. So let me pull out, set these things aside here, and I'm going to pull out my playbook. So this is a playbook. I will link to where you can find out more on this album. This is just an old from the 70s sewing book that I've recovered, and I'm calling it my playbook. So when I come up with ideas, this is kind of where I put them so that it reminds me of different things that I can include in my journals. So here is a tag. So this was another dashboard that I created using similar colors. So I'm going kind of with yellows and blues for this album. So this was a tag that I created. I always go to my scraps of ribbon. So I pulled out a couple colors that would work. So this was the tag. So this is similar to this tag here. So you can see it's the same size, which would have been this piece here. All right, so you can see that every time it's going to be different. Here I added a sticker. This is a little tag. I added this little word. This is just some random threads that I've got that I had laying around. And that is just clipped on here. In this big envelope, I just have my 2 coordinating cards. So here is how I decorated those cards. So again, let me pull back the samples that I created. So there's this one, and then this one. You can see you can do really anything. And then this one, and this one. All right, and again, just using scraps. Okay, so I'm gonna tuck these back in here. And put this back on, and I'll show you the other pieces. So again, this album is just something that, it's just to remind me of some of the things that you can do. All right, so here, this is where I used that one of those 3x4 inch pieces. So that was this piece, this one that I created the little pocket. So I did some stitching around the edges. So you can see I stitched around the edges, I notched the top, and I added it to this. This was just a backer board that was in something that I purchased. So I created a pocket. So I didn't stitch it on because there's so many layers that it goes through. I just added some adhesive, and then I've got a few little bits and bobs in here. This was the leftover scrap that I had, so I added that to the top as a little decoration, and I did add some lace to the bottom here. And then this is just tucked into, this is the back of one of those tuck spots. So here is the front. So this was this piece, which is, it would be this one. So I obviously cut it a little bit differently. So this would have to go on this side. Okay, so that is that. So again, I just added some scrap pieces, and I've got the 2 little tags. So remember those 2 tags that we had here, these 2 tags, which were these 2 pieces. Let me see, where are they? Here's one of them, that one, and should have the other one here somewhere. Well, it's around. I'm not sure where it went, but it's here somewhere. But those 2 little tags cut off that first strip. That's what I did here. So again, this one I kept simple. This one I had a scrap piece of fussy cut flower and some thread. Just used some old olive twine. And then I have that, and that's a cute little tuck spot. And then the other one I added to the top. So here I had this crocheted flower, added a button to the center. So something as simple as that. That can be a little bookmark. And then I think that is it. I think that's the card, the 3 tags, and the 2 tuck spots. So those are some different ways that you can use your Masterboard in your albums, but that is not, you don't have to cut it like I've done. You can cut it however you want. And once you figure out what works best for you, just go with it. And why recreate the wheel each time? Just keep doing the same thing so that, and just keep it simple. Keep everything simple. So we've got that. These were the leftover pieces. We have our tag. This was leftover. I think these were leftover here. And then our other little tag seems to have gone missing. It's around here somewhere. But there are some ideas on how you can use your Masterboard after you've created it. Oh, here it is right here. There we go. After you've created it. So I hope you find that helpful. And if you do create a Masterboard and use this template as a guide and share your photos online, I would love to see them. So make sure you tag me. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.